The next thing, and once again, like I just putting this all back to how it makes my life easier. There is a new feature now that administrators can add placeholder text or additional text to record entry form. And I think what's good about this, if you find as records manager or whatever, that a lot of users are putting the wrong details in titles, or they're not adhering to naming conventions, they're not filling out the additional fields properly, you can actually put a little note in the record type itself and the form, the record entry form, just to prompt users to then make sure they're entering the correct information when they're creating new records, which I thought was pretty cool. So if you go to record types, and once again I'm going to go to my trusty training material one. So if you go into the form page on the record type for training material, and we can now add a placeholder text, which means that in the field where like a title will go, I could have a message in there, or I can add text that sits under the field that stays on the form. And it's very easy to do, just it's different to do for each option. So for this one, if I'm going to do a title and I want to put a prompt in there for how they should title the record, I'm going to go to properties, and you've got this option down here for placeholder text, and that's where you want to enter your message. So for my training material, we just want our title to be subject only. And click OK. And if I preview that, it's now in the text field up there ready for when a user goes to create a new record. They'll look at that and think, okay, I'll put the subject only in that field. And once they type, that will vanish. So the other option is if you want to put more information under a certain field. So this instance, then we use the text button. So with this one, you can add italics, italics or bold or both, and then put in your line of text. The thing to note with this is you can only do one line of text at a time, and if you press enter, it will boot you out. You have to go back in and do another line. So for each line, you have to repeat the process. So I'm going to put version number to go in additional fields. And that's going to sit under the title there. So I can preview that. And that's there just as a reminder that that's where that information will go when someone is completing that record type. Same with everything else too. We can move it up, down, or remove it if you don't want it on your record type. So I think that's good if you find as an organisation that a lot of common mistakes are being made on a certain record type. You can add the extra data to their extra text there to just prompt your users.
I think that's cool. I think even just explaining what the field's for, separately out of the box ones, but more of those additional fields. We have this, and this is what we want in it.
Yeah.
Or in this example, would be cool.
Yeah. I know we've got
a small change, but it's going to make a big impact.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huge. Yeah.
Because I think people put notes and that on things, but as an end user, I think people get a bit slack with reading notes. So just it's something you do regularly that you just don't think to look there. So if it's in your face, you're going to be more aware of it when you're doing something. So.
Oh, titling conventions.
Improve your data quality just by telling users what you want rather than, I got to go read a 500-page document for how I name a file.
Yeah. No, I think it's a really good feature.